Hello students, I am Ajay Gadia. I am going to teach you about biology and the related subject to that. This is my first YouTube video which I am loading. For the first this I am taking the subject survival, growth and development, which is from class 11th, this book. In this I am going to brief you about what do you mean by survival. Survival can be that any living things which can live, but live in extreme condition. Live in extreme condition. Extreme condition means it can be extreme weather, it can be that about extreme health condition and about extreme fooding. This all comes under extreme and the survival. Survival can be difficult for those who are poor. Because I am saying poor, because the persons who are well equipped can survive easily, because in previous you have studied about Darwin, which tells us that in extreme the survival for the fittest and the survival for those who struggle for existence. What do you mean in that? The person who struggle means who adopt the conditions which is around him, adopting the condition means if they have less food then they can survive in that, but in the case of child it can differ, because child needs adequate food, adequate nourishment and adequate medical attention, and this all can be difficult for the poor peoples. So the UNICEF has given UNICEF has told in their report of 2016 that the poor peoples are very difficult to make their fifth birthday. The poor child, they passes away before that fifth birthday. They are unable to celebrate because of their malnutrition and improper malnutrition and improper health care. Healthcare. What do you mean by malnutrition again? Malnutrition means that the nourishment which they get is not up to the mark. Means the things which they eat is not fulfilling their needs for their health. So the peoples that they suffer from pneumonia, diarrhea and all that things, and they passes away. So in our country so many NGOs and our country itself has developed many programs for the childs who can develop and who can learn about how to keep their child for the proper health and proper treatments. So we can say that the growth and the person who lives have that growth can be there, but there is the failure of growth, failure of human growth. Because failure of human growth, that any person that can live like a animals without anything, they have neither the proper treatment nor the proper nourishment. So the proper human growth will be disrupted. So we have to make our country nice and developing. Our country is underdeveloping. It is not developed. So we have to make, and that together we stand, there will be the survival for each and every person that is poor as well as the upper living. That is, we can say the growth can be, the survival can be for all the peoples around us, and it will be proper for everyone. So now we come to another topic, growth and development. What do you think? Growth and development, as you see, it intermingles the same, as growth means development, development means growth. So both can be interlinked. But growth can be said that it can be measured. It can be measured. What do you mean by measured? Means it includes height, weight, growth, anything. It can be seen by our naked eyes and can be, so we can say that it is a growth. And another topic is development. Development. In development also, it cannot be seen, but it can be felt. Means it can be felt. What do you mean by felt? It means that if a baby is born, what activities he or she shows, we find that when the baby starts growing, he starts appearing to make his head up. Then he start to make the crawling and try to sit, and again it try to stand, try to walk and try to run. This all shows the development from the birth to the walking. So this is the development. Now you can say the difference between growth and development. If you find any problem in understanding, you may tag in YouTube. I will properly make you understand that. So what do you tell about growth? It can be referred in increasing size, weight, height, etc. It is related to the functioning of the body So what do you mean? The growth, it refers to the increase in size, weight, height, etc. In development, it is related to the functioning of the body, which I have tell you the example of the child. So the first difference you can put in this way. Second we can tell it take place for limited period, and development, it is up to human lives, that is till one dies, that is up to the death, because development occurs childhood, then younger age, teenager age, then young, then his older age, and after death. So development remains, but growth still is limited. So the second point you can tell in this way. Third, it can be measured. Third, it can be observed, that is behavior, conditions, etc. So you can understand this, it can be measured because it is related to size, weight and height. And development, it can be observed because how a young born is developed to a older person. So it can be observed. Fourth point, it is an aspect of development. It is an aspect of development. And it is an very wide concept which include growth. So lastly we can say there is so many differences you can make, you can think about it, but up to 4 points I am telling, it is an aspect of development. So growth is, we can say it is same as development, but there is what we can do, because generally the people say growth and development in the same way, but there is the differences which I have shown and you would have also learned about it. So this we can say about growth and development. There are different characteristics. Now we can go further. There is different characteristics in the field of development. We can say by point wise. First is multifaceted. Second one is progressive. Third development is orderly. Fourth is development based on previous thing. And last is, fifth one is It refers to the changes that last for reasonably long period. In this you can say development in these 5 points, the characteristics: multifaceted, progressive, orderly, development based on previous things, and it refers to the changes that for reasonably long period. The word itself is defining the development. What does it tells? So we can say that development is of the characters of development is of different types. Multifaceted means that development can take place in different areas at the same time. That is physical development, cognitive and social development. That is multifaceted. It means that one development is undertaking the different process at the same time. That is physical development, cognitive development and social development. Second is progressive. It means result in acquiring finer, efficient and complex skills and abilities with development. That is progressive. How the one developed their skills and shows their acquiring efficient and complex skills and their abilities. That is progressive. Orderly, it means that the order in which the sequence of development, that is orderly. Development based on previous thing. Always development. How can we define the development that one has developed without seeing its previous? If any development is up to this, again there is, if there is development this, you can say that there is less development. But if there is this graph goes up, then you can say that there is the development. So it stands that development based on previous things. It is only because it is shows the previous one, what was the development previously and what is the development now. So it's always based on previous development. It refers to the changes that last for reasonably long time. Means development which is there, it shows its own nature, that which remains in the mind and which remains in the records. That development was there and it was for the longer period, which is understandable, which one knows for that. So, and now we will tell the areas of development. I think you would be knowing this. If there is any problem, you may go for and ask him. Now, areas of development. In this, there are different areas in which a development can be seen, can be told, and can be observed. Can be by, it can be physical. Second, motor. Third, cognitive. Fourth, sensory. Fifth, language. Sixth, social. Seventh, emotional. Eighth, personal. The word itself is very clear about the development. Physical, you may always tell that physical, what do you mean by this? Development towards your health, and physically. Motor means the development which is control and coordination of the body movement due to maturation of muscles and nerves. This is development when the muscles of the body, when the child grows, there is development in the body, the muscles which all shows how the work is done, the development of the whole body, that is motor development. Cognitive development, it refers to changes in the mental structure and understanding of experiences. Cognitive development is that one always understand with their elder ones. Means when any person which has gone through that activity, he may give better understanding than those who are trying to go there. For example, if anyone visited any place and if he thinks that is a better place, he can give a better understanding and better thing to the one who is going there. So we can tell that it is a cognitive development. Sensory development means what the sense. Anyone say that the nerves of the body which allows you to do some development, to do something, that includes sensory development. Language. In our country there is different languages. Anyone which is mastering to that, any particular languages, so we can tell the development in language. Social activities, there is different activities in our day-to-day life and in our neighborhoods. So that is the social development. Emotional, it is very known to everyone. That is when there is any physical activity, that is for laughing, for crying, for doing any activities. Everyone has the different emotions related to that. And personal, someone has the personal development, means their all day activities and their personality, which is we can tell personal. And just making a little about all the things. And the details, there is in the books, you can go through that. Just I am trying to make you understand what the area of development. So these are the areas of development. So I am ending this here, and tomorrow I will go for this next. So thank you, children. If there will be any problem, you can ask for that. Dear student, thanks for watching. And if there is any type of problem, you can quote or you can phone, and I may try to make you understand to that topic. Thank you very much.